Hi, welcome back. I'm Counsel, founder of Money Mastery, and it's really about offering people great strategies, great information, so that you can achieve great results. Now in this video, I'd like to share something about how your mind works in a way that blocks achievement for most people. I'm going to introduce you to what psychologists call your critical faculty. Now we live in a system that basically teaches people how to get the same results year after year after year by following ruts of sameness, by following patterns of predictability. And when people lock themselves into those ruts of sameness or those predictable patterns, that's why most people fail to achieve the dreams that they've set for themselves. Now relative to your innate potential, people underachieve not because they lack potential or not because they lack opportunity or anything like that. Really, underachievement is brought about because that's what people have been conditioned to do over time, because it really does. It serves the system. Predictability, sameness really does set people up in a way that really prevents them from achieving anywhere near their potential. Over 150 years ago, Henry David Thoreau, he observed that, look, most men live their lives in quiet desperation, and then they go to the grave with the song still in them. Now I found that to be a very, very powerful message, and if you think about the message that Thoreau is sharing with us, little has changed over the years. Most people have been drained of enthusiasm for change, and that's really the numbness of those ruts of sameness and that sort of, the patterns of predictability. He also said that none are so old as those who have outlived their enthusiasm. And so I'd like to share some of the reasons why that might be happening for people. Now, on any journey of change, it doesn't matter whether that's a journey into economic and personal freedom, or in fact any journey, any substantial change pattern that you want to happen, you're always going to come up against contradictory forces. And it's really important to know where those contradictory forces are coming from and what they actually create. Now most forces are going to keep people, or are designed to lock people into their fears, whilst other forces you can tap into that are really designed to help people push past their fears so that they can get the outcomes that they want. Now most of those forces are actually those contradictory patterns that are set up in our own minds. Now just to give you a little diagram of how this might work, we know that part of our mind is we could call a conscious mind, and that's the mind that we speak with, and that's the mind that we kind of sort of go about our daily lives with, but we also have this unconscious mind. And there's something that sits between them. Between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind is this filtering system. And this filtering system is described as your critical faculty. And it's a very, very powerful set of psychological filters. And basically it really monitors everything that comes in through your conscious mind. It does the monitoring, and it decides what actually gets through to your subconscious mind, and it decides what doesn't actually get through to your subconscious mind. And it's a very, very powerful filter that will reject anything that doesn't resonate with what's already in your subconscious mind. So anything that you've accepted as being true, or anything that you accepted as a child as being true, whether it's effective or ineffective doesn't really count, but if you've accepted it somewhere subconsciously as being a truth for you, then it will reject anything that doesn't line up with that series of truths. So your critical filter is a bit like a feedback mechanism that measures thoughts. Now if you've subconsciously accepted that, let's say that you're not clever enough, if you've subconsciously accepted somewhere along the line that you don't deserve prosperity, if you don't deserve abundance, if you've somehow got this connection that, that's way out of my reach, then, what happens is when you want to change your thought, then this very, very powerful psychological filtering mechanism starts to reject anything that doesn't line up. And so we have this, yeah, look, I want to move, but I have this sort of stuckness operating. And so if you start thinking about the function of your conscious mind, really it's the center of where desire happens, your desire for change. your desire for new experiences, or your desire for new knowledge, or your desire for learning, or your desire for dreaming big and achieving all of those. So that's really a function of your conscious mind. But your subconscious mind, it really contains very, very powerful drivers for action. The problem is that the two minds don't often communicate to each other, if they communicate at all. And one of the problems is that your conscious mind wants to do things. Your conscious mind wants to achieve all of those things that you want to experience for yourself. And it becomes a little bit frustrated because it doesn't seem to be able to get any traction. It doesn't seem to be able to get any movement going forward. What's happening is that it's being rejected, or in fact it's not even being communicated through to your subconscious mind, which is all the way about the action part of your brain. And so yes, we have desire, and yes, we would like to communicate it, but this critical filter, this critical faculty is like a filter that's basically clogged up, and it's clogged up with a whole series of things. It's clogged up with old ideas, it's clogged up with old beliefs, it's clogged up with things that went into that subconscious part of your mind as a child, and we've never really gone in there and explored. It's got a whole bunch of fears there, it's got a whole bunch of doubts, it's got a whole bunch of worries, it's got a whole bunch of stresses, it's got a whole bunch of stories, it's got a whole bunch of excuses, it's got a whole bunch of uncertainty and old conditioning patterns. And what we've got to do is start cleaning these filters so that the desire part of your brain can actually talk to the action part of your brain, so that we can get action instead of no action. What happens over time is that here we are, and here are our dreams, but our dreams almost become like an impossible reality. They've kind of got all of this fog and this haze, and we can't even see them anymore. And we learn to live in this sort of comfort zone, and we're afraid to venture out of this comfort zone. So our dreams, they're out there somewhere, but over time they just become, just a little bit sort of out of our reach. And so what we've got to start developing is a greater sense of self-efficacy. Now, self-efficacy is designed as your beliefs in your capabilities of achieving the goals that you set for yourself, or achieving goals that other people set for you. So it's a really important concept. It's your beliefs in your capabilities. And so what we want to do is increase the self-efficacy that you have. When we start increasing self-efficacy, our dreams become a realizable state. And then we can take action on our dreams, and slowly but surely, step by step, yard by yard, experience by experience, we start to do everything so that our dreams now are actually a part of our reality, and it's a part of the new experiences, it's a part of the extraordinary achievement, and it's really about unlocking all of those strategies of mind and cleaning up those critical faculties so that the dreams actually become, or the lifestyle become. Now there's a whole lot of new technology around that shows you how to start unclogging those filters. And there's the other thing too, is that we're all born with an innate achievement genius. Now, it's sort of still there. All of that innate potential is still housed within our innate potential, in our achievement genius. The problem is that it's just lying there waiting to receive the correct instructions to trigger that into action. And when we trigger it into action, then extraordinary achievement really does become not only a potential, it actually becomes a realized experience, a measurable experience for people. So you become more productive when you tap into this innate achievement genius. Not only do you become more productive, you're able to do twice as much in half of the time. Now, it's actually not difficult to do. It's actually not difficult to awaken your achievement genius. All you've got to do is get some access to new knowledge, some new experiences, but we've got to have the willingness to change, and we've got to have the will to succeed. So for that, we need dedication. You can even get some of your achievement genius to become automatic for you, so that you don't have to do all of the work yourself. When you allow, or when you learn how to get these programs into your subconscious mind, it will start doing the work of achievement automatically for you. Now, before we can start learning to unclog your critical faculties, it's really important to investigate something of the notion of feedback mechanisms. we've got to sort of dive a little bit deeper into those sorts of things, because there are mechanisms that create sameness and there are mechanisms that create extraordinary achievement. We've just got to realise that there are two things going on. Now, learning how to unclog your critical faculty is the most exciting learning that you can ever possibly undertake. And in the next series of videos, I'll actually show you how to start unclogging those critical faculty filters, and then how to start realising and building new models for extraordinary achievement. Until then, it's bye for me, and I'll see you in the next video.